Hello Pisces, this is going to be a reading for January 2023. Thank you for being here. I appreciate your time, your energy. And if you're new here, welcome. Let's see what the universe got for us today. We have the Sun. Six of Swords. The Knight of Wands. And the High Priestess. Pisces, for some reason I feel like it's like you got away, right? It's almost like you stopped doing something. You stopped doing that you enjoyed, right? That it was part of your happiness. Also, you walked away from it, right? I feel like this can be in different forms and ways. But I feel like you had to, for some reason, right? And it's almost so like you were looking back because it was your happiness. Whatever this was, it was making you happy. But what I see here, it's almost like you come back, but different. I don't know how long it took, but you come back. You came back, but this time more equipped, prepared, ready. It looks like you come back with a lot of knowledge, wisdom, tools. And it's almost like when you were leaving, there were like so many emotions, right? It's almost like your emotions had you, right? I mean, if you are having to say no or having to leave something that makes you happy, having to get away from that, it almost gets you like a deep emotion comes to you, right? You almost feel it in your throat, like damn, I have to say no to this that makes me so happy, that I love, it just makes me feel so good, and I have to move away from that. I have to stop doing that. I have to say no to that, right? I feel like you had something to learn, or you had to do something, Like, let me give you a good example here. This is when you're saying bye to it, when you stop doing it, when you have to say no, when you have to get away from it, right? Look at the image. The person is naked, right? With swords, like looking back, sad, right? Sadness. But this is you when you come back. Look at it, ready, right? Ready. You collected a lot of things, not just in the physical, but mentally, emotionally. Now look at this. It's over here. Do you see the emotions all over? Do you see all that water? Right? Here, grounded. grounded, right? And I feel like you found something now. It's almost like because of this, it made you push your limits a little bit more, right? We have the high priestess over here. And look where this Knight of Wands is coming from. Let me put it in order, right? It comes from the high priestess and it's going that way. And where is it going? Where is it going? Happiness. It's like you are going back to something that made you happy. Wow. You are going back to start doing again something that made you really happy and that you had to stop doing it for whatever reason, right? You are going back to feeling that happiness of doing. I feel like it's doing something, right? This can also be a person, right? This can also be a person that you see as your happiness or that made you happy at some point, but you had to say no or to get away from them, even without you wanting to do that. But there was something here lacking. There was something here that made you do that. And you come back better than ever, knowing you're the high priestess. Wow. Let's clarify the sun right here. For Pisces, Temperance. This happiness is your balance. This happiness is your balance, Pisces. You understand what I'm saying? It's like what's the other side of happiness, right? What's the opposite of happiness? Yeah, it's the negative, the bad, the miserable, the pain, the suffering, all that. But the other side of that, the opposite of all that, it's happiness. And this is what, and you're going to go get that. You are going back to that. Whatever it is, that's your balance. That's what creates your balance. And you know, at some point you were there, right? But I feel like, I don't know, again, something was lacking. Maybe the understanding of something, right? Maybe knowing some type of truth. Maybe, right? Could be anything. But it was hurting you. It was hurting you. It was painful to say no, to say bye to that, or to stop going back to that, to stop living it or feeling it or doing it. But it was for a reason. It's almost like, for example, well, this could be many examples. Let's say a rich person, right? Let's say a poor person. All your life, you've been poor, right? Like poor, like homeless, like you know, going through the trash to try to get a bite, you know, things like that, like poor. And it's almost all of a sudden you become rich, right? One day to the next. And it's such a it's the change is drastic. It's a huge change. But then the next day they're like, well, you gotta go back. you gotta go back. Like this was just a day, right? This was just a taste. you have to go back to and think about it. When you the next day when he comes rich, he's eating anything, everything, as much as he wants, like anything, right? He can have anything. He's living the like no limits, right? But then the next day he comes back, he has to go back. So it's like the choke, like you have to go back, like oh, like what, like I, right? So how can I go back to that when there's this? But again, it's almost like you, it's a big lesson almost, right? Like like wow, really? You're expecting to have all this without doing anything? Even if you're homeless, you understand me? Like even if you're homeless, like there's no way you can expect anything, right? You have to do something. And that was the thing that sent you back. But now it's like you do something, right? You prepare yourself, you do something, you collect things, you gain things, you right? You found out the true power within yourself, the high priestess. And now it's like you're going back to that. It's like I wanna, you know, for example, maybe the happiness was not being rich, having all the money in the world. That was not the happiness. The happiness was being able to eat something clean, something warm, something just prepared, or being able to have something they never had and being able to taste it. That was the happiness, right? So it's almost like you're going back, but maybe not to get rich. You just want to have the comfort or having 3 meals a day, something like that, right? That could be the happiness. Where is the Six of Swords? Four of Wands. I did say maybe it's a person, right? The happiness. And obviously not that person. The person is not the happiness. How you feel around the person can be the happiness. The way they make you feel, right? The connection. Because a connection is there's two energies, right? Two energies. It's not just one. So when the two energies feel something towards each other, it's an incredible feeling, right? So Six of Swords, having to say no to that, having to say bye to that, having to, right, having to stop seeing that person, having to stop being around that person, not wanting to stop seeing that person, not wanting to let go of that person, not wanting to separate from that person, by having to, right? For big reasons, for it doesn't have to be maybe a big reason. It's just there's a reason why. Let's do the Knight of Wands. You know, this is when you collect certain things. This could be knowledge. This could be, you know, you learn something new. And not just that, it's almost like you've been preparing yourself, right? You've been trying new things. You've been searching. You've been getting stronger. You've been collecting this passion, right? Like, dang, like you collected a huge type of power. What is this Knight of Wands? Six of Pentacles. Beautiful. Because what does this tell me? Let me show you the card. Right? Yes, you're going back. Look at that direction, right? That direction. Let me show you this one. That direction. That direction. Right? Put it like this. It's like this. Walking towards happiness. And not just happiness, but at the end of the day, it is the happiness. Look at that. Right? Yes. Going back towards your happiness. Going back to what makes you happy. Going back and to start doing, to start seeing, to start experiencing this, but different. Look at this. This person is carrying a balance with him, a weight, a scale. You know, what I'm also getting here, Pisces, is that this is probably how you show yourself. This is how people see you, right? Look at this. Like just shorts on and the little scale thing, right? With your ancestors, with your angels. This is how you show yourself. Almost naked, you know? Like just a little that's like a little branch right there, like a type of weed, right? Oh, I'm getting more things. At the same time, this is a reality. That's how prepared you are. That's you carry all that with you at all times, right? It's almost like ready to battle at all times. But you show yourself like, oh, I'm just going, I'm just walking, almost naked through the grass, you know. I'm getting one more thing. It's almost like you are going back. Obviously this is a person right here, the Four of Wands. You are going back to that, but like literally almost naked and well balanced, right? What does that almost naked mean? Now, it doesn't have to be the physical, obviously, right? Like that's up to you. But what I'm getting, it's almost like naked, transparent, sincere, honest, right? That's what I'm getting there. The High Priestess. The Devil. Interesting. Interesting. Because the reason why I'm saying interesting is because this, I feel like this was part of what you have learned, right? I feel like this is something, well, this could be also things that you have accepted regarding the devil, right? How in reality, inside of us, we have the good and the bad. So when people decide to ignore the bad, right? It's like a wild beast in there just running around doing whatever they want, right? Doing whatever. So it's about accepting and being on top of both things, the good and the bad, right? I feel like this is something that you have been learning, but at the same time, it's like you've been knowing this as a high priestess, right? I'm also getting to, for example, it's about using your abilities for the good, right? Because anyone can turn, anyone can fall, anyone, right? So when you learn abilities, when you learn certain things, you are gaining more power. So this is telling me here, choose wisely where you use your power, right? Don't be fooled and don't be tricked. But again, right? it's gonna be a little complicated to fool or trick a high priestess. And it's almost like, right? No one can see in the room. No one in the room can see the devil, right? For whatever reason, the devil can be as a old cute person, as a hot lady, as a mom, right? It can be as anything. No one can see it, but you just go like, I see you. And you know, these are things that you are bringing with you in your pocket, right? And you're going back to your happiness. You're going back to what makes you happy, to what makes you feel good, inside and outside. One more. Wow, we have that Eight of Swords in reverse. This is what liberates you. This is what makes you feel free, right? This is the thing that makes you feel free. That's it. That's it. There's no more to it. Again, your happiness is your freedom. Whatever that makes you happy, do that. If you feel happy about certain people, be around those people. If doing something brings you joy and happiness and it makes you feel good, do that, right? Because this is what liberates you. This is the opposite of pain, of suffering, of feeling miserable, feeling stuck, of feeling empty. You understand me? There's two sides to, and you're going back to that. You're doing that. That's where you're heading. Because now you know something, right? Now you know something. You have learned something. You have gained something. What is the Six of Swords? This is going to be an amazing month, Pisces. Amazing. Not just in the physical, but the way you're going to be feeling. Page of Cups. You know what I mean? You had to say by a certain time. You had to say, maybe you didn't say anything, you just left, right? You had to separate. But now, someone's gonna make an offer. Someone's gonna make an offer, Pisces, and by the looks of it, it's you, you know? Of course, it's all up to you. I'm just reading. The Four of Wands is not just any connection, any relationship, right? One more for the Knight of Wands. Ten of Wands in reverse. I love it. I love it. How can you compare these two cards? Look at this. How? Please. You know? How? How can you compare? What's the difference between these two cards? And let me do this, right? Let me show you the real deal. The load, the heaviness. It's in reverse. It's in reverse. Right? So it's crazy. Like, it's almost like you were holding on to something, or you were right, you were holding something heavy, like negative. So it's just, it's dropping all that, just dropping it, all of it. And instead of something bad happening, you just feel free. You feel good. Imagine that. Telling you, because all that load, all that negative is the devil. Right? It's the negative energy, it's the bad, it's the darkness. So when you just drop it, and just let it go, right? Not give it your physical, not give it your thought, not give it your emotion, your spirit, right? When you don't give into that, when you don't give it any energy, you free yourself. One more for the High Priestess. The Star. More connected than ever. Alright? More connected than ever. That you can see everything, you can see clear, you can listen, you are aware, you are connected. Oh my God, it's going to be an incredible month for you, Pisces. I already feel it, and there's plenty of information here that lets us know. So thank you so much for your time, your energy. I hope this helped a little bit. See you next time. Bye.